Hello, this is Jared Stepp with Facebook.com/Jared Stepp Music, and welcome to a video review of the Podxt Live, which I have right here, and I'm going to show you. This is the Podxt Live. Okay, it's a very sturdy unit. It has there's all your modulation stomps to stomp them on and off. Down here is your tuner or your tap for your delays and any of the time sensitive modulations. These are how you switch between sounds. The banks, switch up and down with the banks, and then go between A, B, C, and D. These are your controls for your amp. Oh, here we go. Up there are the controls for the amp, and this is the main pedal. Alright, so this is a great unit. What we have with this unit is pretty much everything you'd ever want in terms of effects, infinite combinations of effects. And so what I'm going to give you is a sample of how I use it in my setting as a worship leader, as a person who just released a CD. I use this pedal for most of the effects that you heard on the CD. All of the amp sounds that you got on the CD for my electric guitars came through this pedal, and most of the effects as well. For this demonstration, I'm going to use my Podxt Octane, which is a brand new guitar I got very cheaply, and we're going to be playing through. The first one I'm going to show you is an interesting little effect. This is this is actually the sound of a wash or a pad. This is what I'm looking for, a kind of a wash or a pad sound. And a lot of times what I'll do is I'll play this guitar acoustically, one side of the guitar acoustically, and just have the acoustic playing and have that wash going on the other side. So as you can hear the acoustic guitar, you hear the mic there. That's pretty much how I'll have it for a PA. And then I can have that wash, that pad going in. It's very helpful if I don't have a keyboard player. But even if I do, sometimes it needs that extra padding, that extra thickness. One of my favorite things to do with the hybrid guitars that I do is send the electric side through as just a wash. Now I have come up with a little bit better wash than that with the new Line 6 pedals that are out there. But some of the stuff that's on this pedal isn't replicated nearly as well in some of the new pedals. The next sound I'm going to show you is one I actually used for the song. It's called "Lead Me to the Cross" on my pedal board. But it's just a kind of delay, heavy sound. Another clean sound, but actually if you play it hard enough, you can get a little bit of drive with it. It's a little bit harder. It's again pretty delay heavy, very much like the last one, just a little bit different in timbre. volume pedal back it off just a tiny bit because it's just a louder, higher gain setting. This is the sound that I've called majestic because I use it for the song, the Lincoln Brewster song Majestic. Lincoln Brewster actually uses the Podxt Live, and you can download all of his exact sounds, and this is based off of one of his sounds. He uses it as an amp modeling system. He doesn't use the effects on it, so I used the amp modeling, then I added the effects to it. That's why it's not quite exactly like his. Is a sound that I often couple with clean acoustic guitar sound as well. It makes more sense when you have that acoustic going with it. It's a little bit of distorted electric that has some kind of feel. That acoustic with it sounds real nice. Song Holy Spirit Rain Down, among others. This song, this one I use for Overcome. That I'll use with the acoustic over top of it. This sound is a kind of a funky, liquidy sound. Good for kind of adding little effects to and texture to songs. I used it in a specific song called Beautiful that we did. This is the next one, which is just a power chord, sort of overdriven, high gain sound. High gain, but it's actually kind of low output because I wanted it to mix well in the mix. To fill out the sound because this became not the main instrument but the kind of a secondary instrument in the song as I was singing it. The next sound I used for the song Deep Cries Out. Overdrive at the big when you're playing it kind of soft like that, but then when you open it up, it crunches a little for you, and it's kind of on that song in particular, when it gets into the stirring up deep wells part, you want to be chords and get some fatness to it, and that works real well. In that context, it's a great sound. I find it a little too country for me for a lot of the other songs that I do. This sound is probably the sound that I use the most for my faster songs, my upbeat songs, as I'm primarily a rhythm guitar player. Really always a rhythm guitar player, whether acoustic or electric. But so this sound though gives me a low gain overdrive and a crunchy sound. It's a sound that actually I used on the CD in the song King Jesus. You can add, I add just a little bit more overdrive to it if I fatten it up a slight bit. But basically that's all I'll do with it. I barely ever add that in. You notice that my sounds are delay heavy. Even my high gain sounds are lower gain than most people's, because the worship style music that I do is like that. It doesn't want high gain stuff as much, and so classic rockers, sorry, that's just not my style. I love the low gain stuff. I love low gain distortion. I love delay heavy stuff, and this pedal board gives you what you need for that. This is just a kind of a liquidy lead part that I did on some of the spontaneous songs that I did. You hear that kind of liquidy thing going on there. I added to it a reverse delay on my Line 6 M5 for the CD to kind of give it a whole otherworldly feel on the Clear Pure Voice of the Lord and one of the other songs. But the last one, oh, that's it. That's all I got. So those are the sounds that I use. I tweak them every time I go to play, every time I do a live thing. I've based them off of some of Lincoln Brewster's stuff, some of his amp models, and this is a great pedal. That it's the best, one of the best things out there for the money. You can get this pedal on eBay because it's no longer, you can only get it used. You can get it on eBay for $150, and it is well worth the investment. If you're looking between spending $150 on this or $150 on a Boss, whatever, or this or that, and I love Boss effects. I've had many of them. I love, all these boutique-y kinds of things you can get for spend all your money on. But you know what? If you want to tweak, you want to take time and perfect your sound. You want to get something that's very usable and that you can get between quickly. As a worship leader, I can't sit there and go down on my board and be flipping knobs in the middle of a set. I have to have everything set. I have to be able to hit presets and go bam, 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 bam down through my set, because I can't be thinking about that while I'm trying to lead people in the presence of God. This is a great board for that. If you want to tweak, and then set it and forget it, and just go down through your presets, this is awesome. I would highly recommend it, and we'll hopefully you enjoyed this review, and check out my Facebook page. Buy my CD if you haven't. It's King Jesus. It's right there on the Facebook page. You can sample it, buy it. I really think that God will minister to you through it, and pray that you're having a great night tonight. God bless.